Good morning, lovely peeps. This is Kristi, Lambiepoo, giving you an update for the first week of being on the HCG. I'm using Pure HCG right now, and I am, of course, we're doing the Epi-Paleo Leptin Reset HCG style here. So I just wanted to give you an update of where I am, my stats this week, and switch here. Let's go into the spreadsheet. Yeah, this week we after our load got up to 240.2, and now we're down to 229.2. That's not showing on the screen, is it? Let's see. There we go. My ketones were 1.6, and that was yesterday's. My blood glucose is 88, and I got 229.2. So, and then I wanted to show you what I'm eating on a typical day here. I start by doing to make sure that I get vagus nerve stimulation within. It kind of serves the same function as the big ass breakfast, but that way I can, if it takes me longer than 30 minutes to get my big ass breakfast in, I've already started the vagus nerve stimulation. And so a 2 milligram Nicorette, it's the original Nicorette gum up there. I apologize, I'm doing this at about 4:38 a.m. Woke up, couldn't go back to sleep. So my sleep is not back to normal yet. But so my breakfast, let me zoom in on that for you. I need to move that. Get that into view for you. Is my I go between either doing the 2.5 cans of salmon, or yesterday it was 2 scoops of J-Rob protein with amazing wheatgrass powder, and to reduce the insulinogenic effect of the protein, because that's a tendency with having a smoothie. The MCT oil should lessen that effect. And then the wheatgrass powder, so I can get some chlorophyll in, and some stevia, some cinnamon and nutmeg. And then for lunch I'm still doing the 1/2 can, 15-ounce can of chicken of the sea. It's chub mackerel, and let's correct that right there. Okay. With some turmeric, black pepper, a little Himalayan salt. And for dinner, I'm finding that right now I am needing that little extra. This way it'll encourage me to stay on it and not, fall off the wagon again. Until I get more leptin sensitive, and then maybe I could include the lettuce with the second meal. But head of romaine with my MCT oil, mustard, coconut vinegar, stevia, and a little bit of salt in that. And that salt, I take one of the two. I'll use some iodized Morton sea salt, so that I can get some iodine in to my diet. And I think that's about it on stats and food. Everything's going great. Obviously, I'm really happy with the releases. So I don't know how many. I'm just going to keep going until you know, that I'm taking it by ear as far as when I'm going to do either. What really worked for me well in 2010 was to go 3 weeks on and have 1 week of, in this case, what it would be a strict Epi-Paleo for a week, just to load up again. Or it actually did a very short P3, so I still think cycling works really well. It was the most successful thing that I did was back in 2010. It averaged out about 12 pounds per month, but when you consider that was 3 weeks on HCG and 1 week off, and then it just continued cycles. And as long as I kept that weight, I had to be very vigilant about stabilizing. So I even did a little bit of, kind of almost like it would be a form of intermittent fasting, because I was calorie cycling, up day, down day kind of a thing, where you, one day I would watch the calories, and then the next I would be closer to like 15 to 1800 calories. And that way I was able to maintain that weight. And if I do any kind of a load, it would be just like a one meal, like I did when I was doing the beginning of this low carb high fat back in September. Whenever I did fat fasting, I would have like 1 day a week where all I did was one meal. Would have very light meals during the day of low carb high fat, and then my meal where I would load up on fat and protein rather than try to do a whole load day. It just doesn't seem to work for me. I gain too much weight, and then I have too much ground to make up, and I really don't get that load weight off. So, I even tried that one where you did clean loading. That didn't work for me. I mean, I gained too much weight and didn't get the load weight off. So all these ways I went through an analysis, and even through when I was doing like what I tried this last time, it comes out the same. So I could possibly do like a 2 weeks and a little one, what I'm talking about, that one meal load, to minimize the weight regain, but yet get loaded up so that I keep the fire stoked. But again, it goes back to it's not about the food. It's about leptin sensitivity, and if you follow the leptin reset principles, it maximizes the results that you get, because the weight gain is because the brain is saying there's holes in my flower pot, and I'm losing energy, I'm losing electrons, so I need to add, I need to store fat. So anyway, I babbled on a bit here. I'm sorry I'm kind of incoherent, but I wanted to get this video done, and this is the best time to do it. So I hope you all have a great week, and namaste.